Yeah, JB, just wondered if you could speak to the job that Bruno and Avery did guarding LeBron James tonight.
I think one on one, they did a good job of keeping them in front of them and not letting them get behind them. But that's never a one man job. I think our guys, weak side, put themselves in position most of the night to be in really good help position and to give those guys support. Again, you'll never completely shut a guy like that down, but I thought, our guys did a pretty good job of making him take tougher shots than he would have liked. You think about the big play that Joe Kim made down the stretch where he takes that charge. So the game plan going in was just to try to keep him in front of us as best we can, and I thought our guys, really executed that well.
Deciding to go small, or I guess stay small against their big lineup. Was there any consideration to maybe going big to counter it, or did you think that the starting lineup had enough to?
No, we mixed it up a little bit. We left Jonas in some, to see if we could take advantage of it on the offensive end of the floor. But just the idea of, Joe Kim on the defensive end and his ability to switch and keep those smaller guys in front of him. So we kind of ping-ponged him a little bit back and forth down the stretch. But Bruno gives you some versatility, at 6'9" and that wingspan. He can help you on the glass. He can move his feet to keep smaller guys in front of him. We tried to play a little bit of offense, defense there down the stretch.
Anything else?
Another DNP for Javon Carter. Has he been lost in the shuffle a bit? Like, is it just that his skills kind of overlap with Avery Bradley? Is he still in the mix here?
Yeah, I mean he's always in the mix, and he'll always get his opportunity. Right now, with Mike getting the bulk of the point guard minutes, DeLon getting those backup minutes, and then Avery, the three of those guys kind of combining. There's just not a ton of minutes there for him now. But he's always in the mix. And, on a game-by-game basis, when we need a spark, he's a guy that can always provide that spark for us. He's been great with his teammates, pulling guys along. You watch him on the bench. He's picking guys up, so his spirits are good. But his opportunity will come again for sure.
Coaches, the two bigs had a great night tonight. You were shuffling Noah and Valanciunas in and out. Feel really good about those two at the 5. It looked like at the 4, Rab kind of lost some confidence mid-game, kind of went out. Just kind of what's your feeling on the 4-5 position going forward with the starters in the 4 and the 5 position? Obviously, you're set, it looks like, at the 5, but the 4 position, I think, is the one I wanted to know about. What are you looking forward to as far as the games ahead for the 4 position?
We're going to give Ivan an opportunity to play there, get some consistent minutes. The league now is difficult for that position. Who are playing more stretch guys, more perimeter-oriented 4s, and Ivan has to grow there, and he knows it. He's a typical 4-man, with used to playing in the interior and those type of things, and that's where he's comfortable. But if he's going to play and he's going to make it, he's got to learn to do that. And I thought tonight to start the game, he did a pretty good job of defending Kyle Kuzma out in space. We asked him to do that, and I thought he did a pretty good job of it, to start the game and helped us solidify our defense early.
Yeah, I mean, what can this win do for this team, the new group, the new players? I mean, is there some sense that this could galvanize you guys?
I mean, again, we are trying to figure out who everyone is. I was laughing when I was, the pregame video. They have to put everybody's name up there so everybody can figure out who the hell we are. You know what I mean? Like, that's the stage we're in right now with 20 games left to go. So we're getting to know one another. Obviously, being able to win through the process is great, but building a foundation to us is more important. And again, we talked about it beforehand. Can we be the most competitive team and the most unselfish team? I thought we were those things tonight, and that's where we start. The more days of practice, the more games we get, we'll start to become a better basketball team. But it's difficult when you just throw a bunch of guys in a locker room and expect it to be a team. It just doesn't work that way. But we got guys that are willing, and I think they're able. So we'll continue to get better, but we're starting our foundation, practice days, more games. The more we get to know one another, we'll become a better basketball team as well.
JB, I know you're out there just trying to get a W, but is there any extra satisfaction when you win a game when there's a bunch of fans here rooting for the other team?
A little bit. A little bit, yeah. You're right, a little bit. Yeah. I love the Grizzlies fans. I love them, and it was fun. You know, when the Lakers fans tried to get loud, I think, you know, our fans stood up, and they overshadowed them in the end. So they can take that with them.
JB, it's great to get a win tonight, but looking forward to Chicago. How do you guys continue on the intensity, staying focused, and like you said, continue on building this foundation against Chicago?
Well, it's just the mindset we have to have in creating an identity. You know, no good, stable team organization, you know, competes in this league without an identity. And we're trying to create that identity. And you know, we feel like we got guys who are on board and willing to do it. And when you have an identity, you know, 95% of the nights you show up, that's who you are, and you can live with that. There's always, you know, 1 or 2 games a season where the schedule just beats you, you know what I mean, or guys just don't have it. But if you can develop an identity of playing hard and playing unselfish, that gives you a starting point. And then, you know, guys' skill set, execution, those types of things can carry you over the hump.
Everybody good?
Thank you.
You guys sing happy birthday.
Yeah, we did, actually, and it was terrible.